Morning. Let's see what we can get accomplished here. Again, I really want to, like the title says, find a coils group. But the problem with that lies in finding a group. I think we can do it like with just a couple people unsynced, but that's not as fun as being in a group. I don't know. I could wait, because I don't know if the story is actually relevant to Heavensward. I think it's more about the past. So I want to know the story, but at the same time, if I have to wait to find a group that actually wants to do it legitimately, maybe I'll do that. And we're up. Good morning. My full armor. Alright. So, what do we have actually to do here? Let's get rid of these. Oh yeah. We're doing... We're figuring out how Samurai works. Because I have no clue. I don't have any gear sets, so, where's my samurai sword? Aha. I look fantastic. Alright, so, what do we have? Fuga. Okay, that's probably the first part of the combo. Yep. So this is going to go here. This is going over here. Wait, where's Fuga? Fuga's here. Okay, Fuga starts it. Alright, we're going outside. Okay, so wait, what is this? I think that's something I don't want to do yet. Okay, those are 1, 2, 3s. What is this? Shifu. Oh, it's the third combo. Shifu. Kaze. My god. Yeah, this is why you don't character boost. Okay, they both go off of Kaze. So everything starts here. Then these are buffs. Kaze should go here. And that buff is up, and this... What is Getsu? So Shifu's here. So you go from Shifu, and this is a 4-part combo. Huh. Alright. We're not going to worry about this right now. Seems quite complex. Be a big learning curve. And we have slowed down to the main quest enough. I do want to see what this quest is right in here, though. Wine sheep ears. There we go. Wow. Huh? Why, you're Jack Barra, the famous adventurer. Thank the gods for bringing you here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Paya Rayo, one of the many faceless adventurers struggling to make their way into Eorzea. Forgive me if I sound bitter. I don't begrudge you your renown. Your superiority as an adventurer was obvious to me long before you became a household name. Our paths crossed near Satasha, you see. Hard to believe we moved in similar circles back then. Speaking of which, do you perchance remember having met a conjurer named Edda around that time? We used to adventure together, she and I and two others. I do. Our little group didn't last very long, though. Things fell to pieces when Avir, our leader and Edda's fiancé, met his end in the town tower of Deepcroft. That's right, they were all mad at her because apparently she didn't heal well enough. I think that was the story. They all left her. Hold on, let me check, make sure stream's working. Okay. Harsh words were exchanged, and we all went our separate ways. Since then, I've been getting by on my own. Truth be told, I hadn't planned on seeing any of my former comrades again, but then this letter arrived from Edda containing an invitation to her wedding. Now I know what you're thinking. I should be happy for her, and I was until I noticed the name of her groom-to-be. It was none other than Avir. Oh no, what's more, the venue for the ceremony is to be the town tower of Deepcroft, the very place that poor fellow died. Something isn't right, I tell you. Does seem weird. Now in the letter, Edda wrote that Leovin, that's the fourth member of our group, had already agreed to attend. They chanced to meet each other recently, from what I could gather. Not knowing what to make of it all, I thought it wise to consult Leovin about the whole strange affair before replying. But last I heard, she joined the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and I didn't have the first idea how to go about tracking her down. Not until the greatest scion of them all appeared. You tell me where I might find her. So it's secret. And the lich yard of the Church of Saint Adama Landema? Adama Landema. I'm sorry, I don't... Slain in an Imperial raid, you say? By the 12, I had no idea. When did this happen? When the Black Wolf still lived? Then... how can it be that Leovin met Edda recently? Gods, I don't know what to believe. If it isn't too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you'd show me Leovin's grave. We didn't always see eye to eye, but she had a good heart. And if she's truly... well, I need to pay my respects. Please, meet me at the Lich Yard. Okay. So Edda was, I'm pretty sure, is also in the Palace of the Dead. She's not doing very well. Because we saw the beginning of that story like level 20 something. And it's continued. tombstone has been knocked over and the earth before it disturbed. So, this is where poor Leovin lies now. Is he a gladiator? God, what's the meaning of this? Not only is her grave defiled, her body's gone. Who would have done this? Oh no, could it have been Edda? The more I think about it, the more it makes... Well, I was going to say sense, but gods. I will try to explain. The rest of us, our little party of 4, was but means to riches and glory. Such things as adventurers seek. But to Edda, it was her life. She blamed herself for Avir's death, and to our shame we agreed with her, though we knew full well we were all to blame. And then we left her where she stood with her fiancé's head for company. Oh. That's pretty bad. No wonder she's messed up. How could we have been so heartless? Small wonder if the poor girl has been driven from her wits. So they left his head with her? Jesus. See, they make Lalafels, little cute, look like they're 10-year-olds. Most of them are assholes. That is like the worst thing I've ever heard. Having your lover die, and then your party leaves your lover's head with you and leaves. Whew. Jesus. Avir is gone, and so is Leovin, but Edda refuses to accept it. She won't let go of the past. I know not what she means to do in Tamtara, but it can lead to no good end. I will attend this wedding and try to restore her to her senses. I would be much reassured if you could accompany me, Jack. As Avir once did, so too does Edda look up to you. She may not listen to me, but she may yet heed the words of someone she admires. And failing that... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. If we hurry, we need not come to that. Please meet me at Tamtara Deep Prof. Together, we'll put an end to whatever madness Edda is planning. Creepy. So is this another post-50 dungeon? Hope so. No music. Eerie. Lalafell and Thaumaturge? Just so happens a fellow like that went into the Deep Croft not a minute ago. There was a young lady with him, dressed head to toe in white. The last was all smiles and giggles, like a maiden on her wedding day. But your friend looks stiff as a board. Can't say I blame him, though. Crips do strange things to the best of us. You mean to head inside as well, do you? Well, take care you don't wake the dead, huh? Nice. Let us go. Hard mode dungeons are pretty popular. I don't know if they pop up in the duty roulette. Or if it's just people signing up for the hard modes. Because they do give poetics. And they aren't necessarily hard. We did wipe twice in one of them. There's a mechanic, if you don't kill ads fast enough, you lose. Whereas leveling up, there was nothing difficult. So it is slightly harder. Alright, we got 2 new people and 1 veteran. We're going big. Let's see what we can do. Easy game. Oops. I messed that up. So that's done. Okay. May I proceed? Will do. I see the gimmick. Pretty straightforward. Add spawn. I was slow on those. Now I know. Let's leave in. A lot of best men. Good God. Like I said, there are actually mechanics that hurt now. Cool. Missing one. Okay. No one is mad about it. Which is good. You live, you learn. There's no way to know that mechanic without doing it. Cool. Easily done. It's very somber music. I guess it's supposed to be a wedding. Evil wedding. GG's. Yeah, they're slowly drip feeding in new mechanics. Dantalia. Looks like they've had better days. I'm assuming we need to come in here for this. My husband to be, there's nothing I can do for you, so please take faith in me, give me time, my love. This is creepy. So she's resurrecting her love. In a random body she finds. Relationship is not going well. Sorry to keep you waiting, my love, but we cannot afford to compromise. Not where your new body is concerned. Ordinary adventurers die often enough, leaving their ordinary corpses, but if you are to be like Jacked, that's right, we cannot settle for anything less than extraordinary. But a strong body requires an equally strong soul, as I recently discovered. Now, you're probably worried that strong souls are rare. So they are, but never fear, for we can create one ourselves. All we need is a plentiful supply of a weaker kind. Sorry, guys, I want to read this. Be patient just a little longer, my love, and all will be as you desire. Jeez. Another benefit of being the tank. Oh, wrong way. I can stop and read. I have to wait. I mean, usually in Final Fantasy they do anyway, but... Hello? Can't move my body, help me. I don't know what these guys are doing. Everything seems to be going fine. Not gonna worry about it. Oh, he's dying. We need to save him. So don't let the AoE hit him, maybe. Okay, he lived. Yay! Maybe that was a mechanic I just didn't know, and luckily did. Now we're getting weird. What these things are. Keep my defensives up. I know white mages have Holy that can AoE stun, which is a big deal. Oh, but I was Scholar, so it doesn't even matter. But if you have a white mage, big pulls are kind of nice. See, look at this guy. Asked if I wanted to read the note. That's cool. Thank you, sir. See, in WoW, he would be like, oh, great, he missed the note. We don't have to wait now. Final Fantasy, they're like, hey, I saw you reading the lore. You missed some lore. Different games. Edda. I know she's also in Palace of the Dead. I wonder if that adds to the story. Her outfit is great, though. Look, here, all these people have come to make a gift of their souls. Isn't that kind of them? Even Jack is here. Now your dream of becoming like him can come true. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm reading a note. Looks like it's right here. Yeah. I appreciate everybody waiting. With an endless supply of bodies here, I'll make you well again, my love. Then we shall be wed as man and wife, and forever be joined as the gods intended. Of course, it is only fitting that a proper ceremony be held. With guests in attendance, I will send out invitations to all our friends. They will be so happy for us. I've no doubt they will jump at the chance to part with their souls. Jeez. Thank you so much for coming to our wedding. Your body means the world to Revere. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Alright, brooms can't get in there. That's what it looks like. B. When anything's trying to climb in a circle, the goal in an MMO is to have him not climb in that circle. It's a good rule of thumb. If you're unsure of mechanics and something's trying to get inside something, try and stop that. Alright, Groom, you're going down. You're near me, you're my responsibility. Tomahawk that one. And we're good. Alright, this fight seems pretty straightforward as long as we don't have any other surprises. We'll take care of this one. Any mechanics? Are we good? Same thing. Looking good. So this is her husband. Or she thinks it's her husband. Big crits. Nice. Pretty straightforward fight. We did wipe in here, though. That zombie mechanic was something you really have to think about to figure out. What have you done? Avir, no! This is dark. What's up, chubby bro? Oh, nice. Yeah, it was a fun dungeon run. Besides that one wipe, but wasn't exactly the most intuitive of mechanics. So as far as that story goes, I know I saw her like teased in... What does that look like? In the Palace of the Dead. But I've only got to level like 30 there. So hopefully that continues there. Or maybe this was a continuation of that. What do you have to say about all this? Dude, it was weird in there. It's finally over. Would that it could have been different. But what choice did we have? Palace of the Dead is later appearance. Okay, so she's gone insane, basically. And she's in the Palace of the Dead now. I got to, I think, level 30 or level 40 solo. I forget which one. But solo in there is pretty fun, actually. Let this be my last act as an adventurer. I've done quite enough harm as it is. I mean to go home and live up my days and... Huh? Oh, no. No, it can't be. Jesus. Ah, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Straight horror. And then the happy music. We did it. Alright, now. Palace of the Dead was Heavensward. Okay. So it's like a catch-up mechanic they added. I think we've done all the level 50 hard modes now. This is Blue Mage. Just double checking. Is there anything here? Whoops. Let's check up here. Because most of them were in Mordona. Most of the quests for it to open up. But it did just find that one in Ul'dah. So I'm double checking. I don't know what these are. Oh no, those are PvP. I do not care for PvP in this game. Alright, let's try Gridania. we're pretty much ready to continue with the MSQ. I just want to make sure, because I'm liking the stories in the hard mode dungeons, so I'm trying to knock those out. And we did Crystal Tower, which I absolutely loved Crystal Tower. Just the whole way they do it in this game is so much better than other MMOs, especially WoW. Because as a newer player, you still get to see the content. It's this big, giant, epic fight. Alright, pray return to the Waking Sands. And we disconnected. And I think we're back. Body, and I don't know why. Bitrate doesn't look good. Yeah, for some reason, I run a hard line of Google Fiber, so you think... Bitrate doesn't look good. Yeah, for some reason, I run a hard line of Google Fiber, so you think I wouldn't have any Wi-Fi problems. Google Fiber is very reliable. But the past month, it's been randomly DCing, and I don't know why. In the Crystal Tower. Because before I played this... I streamed all of the remasters, like 1 through 6. So, because I wanted to see the references. I know that... Oh, thank you for the follow. Definitely appreciate it. But I streamed all of the remasters, so 1 through 6, just so I could see... I could get a refresher on all the stories for references in this game. I've already seen a bunch. Like Wild Rose is straight out of Final Fantasy 2. There's a lot of Wild Rose references here. 3 is Crystal Tower. And I know Endwalker is a lot of 4. 4 is the one I know the most. But I never played... Playing that remaster was... Those remasters were really cool. I absolutely love 2. I don't know why 2 gets shit on. Alright, we're gonna do the MSQ as my bard. I'm a bard warrior. Warrior, we can always level up in dungeons. Yeah, we did some hard mode stuff. So we have our awesome gear. What is it? Ironworks gear, what's it called? Yeah, Ironworks gear. Oh, where are we searching for this guy? Oh, right here. Oh, cutscene. Gave flat, like, HP increases when you leveled up, as opposed to the OG, where you absolutely had to be hit when you leveled up. No, to get HP. But I loved it. I just loved that you could specialize. And every trash fight in 2 felt good. Because you weren't just, you know, getting through the trash fights as efficiently as possible. You're like, alright, I want to level my axe here. Great. I want to level my, you know, my debuff skill here. Slow. I gotta level up slow. And it made the trash fights really fun because you're trying to optimize. I made one character. Was it the pirate lady? I forget who it was. Lydia? But I made her just debuff. She was like a Death Knight almost. Because I never really used debuffs in those games because the better option is just to kill things normally. Like, why would I cast a debuff when I can just kill you? But I started doing all like petrify, slow, stop, curse, all that stuff. And because I just focused on that, they actually like cast and went off all the time, and she was a really cool character. Yeah, I love to. Yeah, that sounds terrible. But the remaster version's great. I am told you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. However, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we will speak anon. Rocked. Were those supposed to perish me? But yeah, 4 was always my favorite because it was the first one I played. But replaying all of them in a row, 4 has very boring mechanics. Like, they definitely went all in on story, and they're like, we're not going to worry about mechanically difficult gameplay with this one. Because coming from playing 2 and 3, like 2, you have the really cool level up system that I really loved. Then 3, you have the job system, so you can really specialize everybody. And then 4 is like, alright, you level up, you get Curaga, cast Curaga, and that's the extent of your gameplay. 4 is one of the Golbez, yeah. Like, the story's great. It's a Cecil and Kane, Plum Param, great characters. I am being judged. The Palam Param scene still hit hard. Telesacking himself mechanically was kind of boring. Six was fantastic, but 6 will always be fantastic. Get out of the way, Toad. When I'm done leveling all the way up in this game, which will be a while, I'm definitely going to keep going and play 7. I haven't played 7 since I played it in my friend Tom's house in high school. No, that was middle school. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea can endure such an examination. I love that bow. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? Did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds. For through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. Yeah, I'm not too interested in the remake, honestly, because I watched, I think it was Jesse Cox, play the first entry in the remake series, and it really felt like an MMO single-player game. Like, there were a lot of fetch quests, there was a lot of just fluff added, whereas the original 7 is so tight. Like, the Midgar section of the original 7 is just, the pacing's amazing, and they just stretched that out as much as they could. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so it shall be again. My motives, if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, an emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Okay, yeah. When I play it, I'm gonna play the PS1 port. I do hear that they're probably remaking 8. Which I've never played 8. I'm also really excited they're remaking Tactics, because I've never played that either. Or not remaking, but having an actual PC port for Tactics. Remastering. What's up, Tatter? Andrew, you're almost done with 10. Holding limit breaks. Overdrives, jolting the boss. Okay, so you can just save up everything for bosses in that game. I mean, you can do the same in 7, but 7 they only level up if you use them. Thank the gods you've returned, Jack. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon, he was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so it shall begin again. Of when does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I'd hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Thanks for the blood. Let us set aside the matter of the Ascian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. This move is taking like 2 years. There is one but final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding on his paymasters' subtly conceived misinformation. I feel like I need to play Dark Souls along with this game. Because the amount of text in this game... I like the story, but it's just... It's like reading a book, playing occasionally in between. Dark Souls is the complete opposite. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Yeah, from what I've seen, the Scions are like 20 people. Like, you can't have that much crap to move. Its wisdom has guided me through the years. Jay will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. Yeah, every time we talk to him, alright, we're almost ready to move. Okay, we're almost ready. Okay, we're thinking about being ready. No one looks like they're getting ready. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento, but I can imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Jack, this is Minfilia. I just talked to you. Forgive me, but I can wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. Finally! If you have yet to, Once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. So now she just teleports there. Could have been done a while ago. Xenosaga, one cutscene was 57 minutes. Well, isn't the whole thing with Xenosaga that the first disc was like one of the best RPGs? I think that's the story behind that game, so that's why they had to put like all cutscenes in the second game just to finish the story, because they really didn't have enough time or money. Might have been Xenogears. Oh, Jack, you're here. Good, good. We're all wondering when you'd show up. As I was telling your receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I'll spare no effort in seeing that it was as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. It's really not. Most of the men and women you see around you here in Revenant's Toll are adventurers who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. And it shouldn't hurt that Jack here has already made something of a name for himself here. Isn't that so, Jack? I mean, I got all my armor here. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Jack, I do believe it's time for you to officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. This seems like so much fluff. This might be what people complain about in A Realm Reborn, because up until now, the story has been pretty good. The Titan storyline, the Dacians getting rid of the Empire, and I've spent like an hour doing quests about moving, and now we're making a big deal about the fact that we moved. And all this dialogue just about, hey, we gotta go from this spot to this spot. We're supposed to be releasing 5 episodes, but ended at the 3rd. Okay, yeah, that's what I heard about Xenogears. Another game I haven't played. There's a lot of JRPGs I mean to get to, if I can get them on PC. I'm not gonna handheld or anything. Stream to that. We moved! Well, it is certainly spacious. This is the biggest deal in the world. I really dominate every cutscene I'm in. I am enormous. Louis Kane. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, for today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Yay! For Eorzea! Glad we did that. A moment of your time, Jack. I would speak of Elidibus, whatever his name is. Pardon my intrusion, my lady, but the manner which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldesion hath been met with silence. No one will respond. How odd. Allow me to try. Go Bluetooth. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would have noticed. But for those who lack the gift and knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldesion, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me. Until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on El Idibus. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however. They are unlikely to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from the crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Osher? Or Poos? I don't know what those words are. And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Hybrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures, and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Jack. I discern them all around, and disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Cryo, where are you? Who's Cryo? We just found her mom. Now she's talking about Cryo. Characters built like Andre the Giant. Yep, pretty much. It's the biggest character model in the game. Your intercession was not foretold. This is how we talk to each other. It needs to be a shadowy place. We need to all walk slowly towards each other and not make eye contact. You object. They survived the 7th Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, and so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last they see. Realm Awoken. Alright, now we've done a Realm Reborn. Alright, I'll be right back. 1 second. New assignment. I think, because again, like I said, up until this point, it's been moving pretty well. We've been learning about all the cities, a bunch of different storylines, figuring out how each country works, the problems in each country. We take care of the primals, we take care of the Ascians, the Empire. Then now, like, what is all this? This is just, seems like a lot of busy work. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home, when I received a request for assistance from Amagin, has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. Summoning primals. Oh no! The brass blades charged with investigating the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. There is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal. We can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Istola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope that our fears prove unfounded when you do. I wonder if there's a word count somewhere for the MSQ. I'm probably like 3 books deep by now. Again, this is what has me kind of feeling for some Dark Souls. Also, I need to finish Return to Moria, which had a really good start. I'll probably finish that first. Ah, Jack, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I would go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufu Lupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Wouldn't this be a job for, like, the brass blades? I'm a primal killer. Oh, hello there, Jack. Was it? Istola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We've yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... It's like the stuff football players put on, but pink. Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints of the Royal Allegan Sunway. The car bolted off toward Eastern Thalanan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage, that would seem a curious choice of thieves. 4 thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report of any moment. We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it is good news after all. Thancred, where have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. Why is there creepy music playing? We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Jack. Cutscene. More talking. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the store of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon a Frit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Oriange of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
Oh my god, voice acting.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well.
That's pretty funny.
Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Dude, with his voice acting, this is great.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
It's presuming a lot. Hi, I'm here. I want to speak to the king. Any bright ideas? Solitary flash. We try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. And we talk here. So far, we've gone from here to there to here to here. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I've just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fupalupa. What is disturbing? What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? Well founded, Fupalupa. Indeed. For reasons of security, the concerned plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the day minor, traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. But who? Ah, yes, I see. The concerned may well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this minor would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap. North of the bridge to Hammerley? A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Jack? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I've received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Now, this game is definitely RPG first, MMO second. But having just played all the first 6 games like I did, they do not do this amount of dialogue. Nowhere even close. I know it was limitations of the systems they were on, but they tell their story well, with a lot more brevity. We're literally reading novels here. More. Hey, we got to hit buttons. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed. Gang of Seawolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Seawolves, all of them? Aye. And all with the same taste and face. Thieves are a long way from home. Nice outfit. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. I can't wait. Okay, I'm starting to feel the A Realm Reborn everyone talks about as being long and tedious. I didn't up until this point, but you go from this great involved storyline to this. Reading a novel, occasionally hitting a few buttons. On behalf of the brass blades of the rose, no, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the sumnus we confiscated. No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf. Lemonson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Yes, he's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awful disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty goes. You might try to look a little disappointed. Do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Very meta. It does have a nice payoff. It does have a nice payoff. So, full disclosure, the version of this game is Shadowbringers, because I bought the game when Shadowbringers came out. I pre-ordered, and I had friends that played with me, and they made it to about 40, like low 40s before they stopped. I made it to just before Heaven's Ward, so I know the huge thing that happens, like at the end of ARR. Like, there's a big event that happens, and I do know what that is. So yes, that part is good, and it takes the story in a different direction. I don't know Heaven's Ward because I haven't done that yet. But this part, I forget how tedious this is. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphinaud awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is Alphinaud has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. I need to do another inventory purge soon. Yeah, and again, I didn't find the wall they did in the 40s. Like, the 40s were fine. Like, the main story was great. It's just this part is where it gets rough. You are late, no matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? Well, like the rest of the nations in the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Waldajakt. Unless I am mistaken, I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan Sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of... Good God. You are uncertain of your role in proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. We could have just gone directly to Ul'dah. Just saying. Probably going Royal Promenade. Yep. So here. Nope. Nope. Not here. Chamber of Rule. Not here. Chamber of Rule. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you! Darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not that small kindness. Away with you! Darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphanot, no one likes you, Alphanot. Alphanot Leveler, at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah. Yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we will see if there is aught we can do to help. We can talk right here. We're already here. At the quicksand. And you can tell a very involved story without just text. Like, look at The Last of Us, for instance. There's a lot of story in that game, a lot of cutscenes. But in between, you're demolishing a bunch of zombies, which breaks it up quite a bit. Oh, here comes your boy. Thank you for the follow, man. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Sorry, it's just me complaining this whole time. I have been very positive up to this point. But this is... whew. And I imagine this story happened over a series of patches initially, so I'm just doing it all at once, so it seems like a lot more.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the
Here we
sea
go.
from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
No, let's put on this.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Her outfit is great, by the way.
Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware.
I thought they were going to go with more like Middle Eastern accent.
We aspired an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of... only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning, and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
That's horrible.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to
So
do
there's already a refugee crisis in Ul'dah from the Isle of
I sought
Megans.
an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
So this is probably going to cause more problems. I think, from what I remember, again, I played this 3.5 years ago. I believe it does. Yeah, there's already a refugee crisis. It's already straining
Mayhap
everything.
I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Maybe try
Be
Thanalan?
that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
The Syndicate's the real power here.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Oh, they're the dragon people. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made, though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Come on, Momodi, hook it up. Elves, why didn't you say sooner, Jack? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have the banquet here on the morrow, you see, but just sent word they can't come. Me and I've got a handful of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Fridura on Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said I shipped the little prince's order to their Wick and Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them these letters. That should shut them straight. Again, Slayer of Titan, ultimate weapon, bringing down the Empire. I'm passing letters. Only I can do it. Oh, what is this? Is it another hard mode dungeon? Time heals all wounds, or so say those that have never experienced true pain. More than 30 summers have passed since I carried the standard of the Darklight Raiders into Cutter's Cry, but not a day goes by that I don't see the faces of the friends I lost that fateful day. Gerbald the Red and his loyal second, Aubrey Stillwater, Simon the Sweet. Always armed with a jab and jest. Our ever ireful mage, Shiran Zabran, as quick to cast as he was to temper. The Moan Thousandgill never has loved a man with a tighter grip, be it on his sword or his coin. Let us not forget one Ilm Alson. Though it's hard to fathom him now, what with all the adventurers scampering about like rabbits in the spring, there was once a time when the bands of mercenaries who the city-states turned to when in need of a blade, the Darklight Raiders being the biggest and best of the bands. Guardian-funded forays into hellish pits like the Orm Vale would earn us a king's ransom in a matter of days. That would only take a night of devil's play at the Mirage to see it gone from our purses. But so was the life of a raider. That is, until we took that job at Cutter's Cry. My brothers and I had stood against a herd of giant buffaloes in Ogomoro, those darn snurbles, infestations on the Pearl, legions of cold-blooded Sahagin from the abyssal depths of the Indigo Deep. But none of that prepared us for the horrors that we would face in Hellsbird Holes. None of it prepared us for the Chimera. The bards still sing of the day. 7 of the realm's finest warriors set off from the bowels of that forsaken place, but only saw one return. Sebald the Stoic, spared by the beast so that he may warn all others who would be foolish enough to attempt to despoil the Chimera's lair. My apologies. You did not come here to hear the guilt-ridden ramblings of an old man, but if you have a moment, I was wondering if I could ask of you a favor. The final wish of an ailing soul seeking peace with his past before departing on his journey through the 7 gates. Such of the 30 summers since escaping from the maws of that terrible beast, I have returned to its lair to pay the proper respects to my fallen compatriots. However, the years have finally caught up with old Sebald, and try as I might, no longer can these bones make the trek alone. If it is not too much to ask, would you travel to Cutter's Cry in my stead, and place this bouquet of flowers upon the resting place of the Darklight Raiders? Okay, I don't know what this is. But it's blue, and that means it opens something. I'm outside. Gotta put my visor down. Now I'm ready for business. This is Cutter's Cry, a labyrinth of sand-ridden caverns. And you hear that? That sound like the wuffing snort? When a fire catches, that's the Chimera. Not that I've seen it. Sure, go right in. If you're that certain of your ability to make it out in one piece, just don't expect me to go trotting in there after you, no matter how hard you wail and holler. You promised old Sebald the Stoic, have you? Did you? He's what's called a man of principle, he is. A little too much principle, I'd say. What's wrong with wanting to live when you have a wife at home? Big with child. Aye, the tale goes that rather than facing the fate spun for him by Namia, he hid beneath the mangled body of his leader and watched as his companions were torn apart, one by one, all so that he might return home to see his newborn son. Should he have died a hero rather than lived a coward? Was being able to see his son worth having the boy grow, knowing his father was a craven, a disgrace to his friends and family? Yes. Should I ever find myself faced with a similar decision, would I have the courage to walk the righteous path? Now you know the true reason I will never step in that cave. Cutter's Cry. Cool. Let's see how bad DPSQ is. Well, let's go as a warrior. Tank Q is OP. Before we do, let's just put that visor down. We mean business. Tank Q, go. Alright, not yet. Maybe this is the last dungeon. I should probably look that up to make sure I hit them all up before I level up. Although I'm like almost level 55 already. Haven't started Heaven's Word. I don't have Tomahawk. Get him, brass blades. My tank queue is not working so well. Not a lot of healers today, apparently. Babaroon has the bubbly pot, throws you in something. Anytime. Oh, thanks. It's part of this event, they said, in the duty guide. Part of the Moogle Treasure Trove event. I don't know what that is, but I figure more people would be doing it. Hey, I see you there. 1 DPS. No one's queuing for this right now, apparently. I'd queue as a healer, but I don't have a healer. I have not healed once in this game. Okay, so you're saying initially it looks for people that are just queuing for that dungeon, and then it pulls from the roulette. Nice. As in WoW, tank is by far the least played class. It doesn't seem so here. It seems more that it's healers here. Oh, do you have multiple characters? Because I thought about doing that just for glamour. Because there's a lot of stuff that'll look better on a female character. I might do that eventually. At level 38. Okay, so you're probably doing the same thing I was thinking of. Having a second character for glamour. Oh, we're level synced down. It's interesting. Because the quest was level 50. Oh, my tank stance isn't on. Good job, me. Yeah, if I want to level healers, caster, stuff like that, I'll probably level another character. Because if I blitz through all this, it will go a lot faster. If you skip every cutscene. What is this place? This game definitely goes all out with their dresses and female glamours. Which would be cool to have a character to use all that stuff. This is an odd dungeon. Because again, I don't have all my abilities. I don't have Storm's Eye. I don't have Infuriate. And why would I get it at level 50? Boss fight. Big inner beast. Feeding pits. So maybe we'll be fighting something bigger. Alright, interrupted that. Mechanics. Summons an army of marshals. Army of one. It looks like it doesn't care about threat at all. What an odd dungeon. I want to go to text real quick. Just gonna make sure it isn't my boss. It is not. Alright, we move. Skip these mobs, okay. Oh, guess we're going that way. What an odd dungeon. Alright, boss fight. Anything going on? Nope. Man. Not very intuitive. So far, not much to this guy. It's like Oro and AQ40 Classic WoW. Oh, this is new. Big pull. That's right. I have cooldowns. We're fine. So I think we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Should have done arm's length there, too. Always having a cooldown isn't a great thing. They're off cooldown. Just sitting there doing nothing. Oh, boss fight. Not pulling into that. Odd dungeon. Not my favorite of ones I've done so far. We fought a Chimera already. He didn't look as evil as this guy. Violet, move in. Blue, move out. Sure. seem like Violet. We moved in. Well, I did nothing. I'm just standing here menacingly. Tank mechanics. I'm hitting 1, and I'm hitting 2, and I'm hitting 3. I don't know what's happening. Paralysis, crossbow. Alright, I popped the defensive. Still standing here menacingly. Probably messed up that mechanic, but it didn't die, so all's well. All's well. As long as I stay above 0 health, I'm winning. Did it! Evil Chimera down. I mean, the dungeon was fine. It was odd. I'm glad we did it for completionist's sake. Alright. Alright, it's about that time. Have to go to... or get ready. The big pull at the end, yeah. That was fun. I didn't know people did that, it just felt like the right thing to do. What I have to log for the day. I enjoy logging out at inns, because in inns you have that nice little cutscene when you log out and log back in. Well, I've tanked a lot in WoW, so I understand MMO tanking. It was just I have to understand the intricacies here versus WoW, obviously. But like a main difference I found here versus WoW is in WoW, unless you have a ton of movement, you can't really outrun the mobs that you're tanking. Whereas here you can pretty easily because they have trouble turning corners. They stop to cast a lot. And sprint just means you run faster than them. So you're able to pull a ton of mobs, and threat is pretty sticky, so you can get a lot of initial threat and just run, so you're not taking damage while your DPS is hitting it, which is great. That makes it easy for the healer. Your group can go crazy at AoE. So, yeah, it's just learning how to take my WoW skills and transfer them to here. So, I know it's going to get much harder. It's only A Realm Reborn so far. So, I'll hopefully pick it up as it goes along. Yeah, thanks for jumping in the group. Made it a bit faster. And thank you for the follow as well. I do this pretty much every day, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, US. And occasionally in the evenings if I have time, and in the weekends, typically like variety stream to mix it up. But other than that, thank you for the follows. Guys, Chubby Bro, and here comes your boy. Really appreciate it. And have a great day.